World War II was a time of strife for many countries. Countries such as Japan and America were locked in war and suffered many losses of lives during this period of time.
There are veterans every day fighting for our freedom. We have to remember what they did for us.
Other countries started getting involved, such as the Philippines. And when the Philippines was in trouble, American veterans came and helped out. But there were still many casualties. These American soldiers not only fought for our freedom, but for the freedom of other countries.
In memory of those who served.
Our veterans will never be forgotten.
Love your freedom, and always thank a veteran.
Berlin, 1939. The world's at war. War is raging in Europe, but the islands in the Pacific are under attack of Japanese powers.
1944.
Private Clyde Fairborn, stationed in the Philippines, U.S. veteran, my grandpa, age 96.
We went to Camp Roberts. When we left there, we went overseas.
He then was transported to Luzon, and he stormed the beach and followed the enemy to the mountains.
So the first shot they shot was a tree burst above us. It just showered us. There was a sergeant ahead of me, and a piece of shrapnel cut his shoe, bottom of his shoe. And I saw that. And he turned to me and he says, I don't understand. He was one of the old guys, had been in 7 campaigns. He says, I don't know why you're so calm. He says, I'm worried to death. I don't think I'll make this one. Well, it wasn't any more said. So we moved ahead. And when we moved ahead, we was now in real good position for that artillery on that mountain to shower us with artillery. That was the trap they set us in. Any stupid leader would know that they should use our artillery to bomb that mountain before we ever got there. They didn't do it. Now here was all of our leadership, 15 people. All the leadership was in a circle when we were digging in our foxholes, and I was about 20 feet from them. That's a no-no. You don't stand in a circle, especially all your leadership, right in front of the enemy, looking at you on the mountain. First thing that happened was I was digging in a shell lit right in the middle of this circle, killing every bit of leadership we had. Even my sergeant was killed.
Did you see it?
Yeah. I wanted to see it. My companion that was with me is one who got off the the beach with me. That shell made him lose his, I guess they call it shell shock. He didn't know where he was. His eyes was glassy and he didn't know where he was. And I was just laying there, and the Lord give me the blessing of being able to control myself. I was frightened, but I was controlled. I had all the control I needed to hold him down so he wouldn't get up and go get himself killed. And when the shelling stopped, it was so much dirt and nervous in the air you could hardly breathe. But when it stopped, I had no idea who was killed and who was not. But there was a sapling tree about that big in front of me, about 20 feet. And as I looked up, my first looking up after the shelling, and I could see enough with the dirt and the nervous falling, I saw a little stream of blood coming down that tree. And I says, blood on a tree? And I looked up, and on the first limb was a pair of legs hanging on that limb. It's just a pair of legs. One leg had a shoe on it, and I saw the mark that I'd been looking at an hour before that cut through his soul. That was my sergeant. And there, we'd had no leadership.
About 9 months later, he was in a foxhole, and a shell landed 20 feet from him, and he was severely injured. And he remembers waking up, and the medic took him to a hospital boat, where he was sent to Los Angeles in a hospital for the next 9 months, till he was discharged from the Army.
Our division controlled the operation of the ship. I would stand watch on the wheel, which guided the ship. I'd also watch on the engine and order telegraph, which was connected to the engine room. This way we controlled the speed of the ship. After advancement to QM3/C, I would stand watch as quartermaster of the watch. This job was to keep the ship's log. Most of my duty was inside the pilot house where the captain was.
We dedicate this video to all veterans.